Today on the channel we are going to reinstall a custom low friction pot in Eddie Ojetta's EVH Frankie. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at Eddie Ojetta's Frankie. I became friends with Eddie a while back, and he's a good guy, man. He comes over to the house, hangs out, we jam a little bit, and he loves my EVH Frankie. He thinks it sounds phenomenal, which I would have to agree. It's wicked. He said, my Frankie doesn't sound as good, and he had somebody talk him into putting a push-pull pot on his Frankie so he could engage both pickups at the same time, right? He thought that'd be kind of cool. And there's a little bit of a ground, it makes a little bit of a ground noise, not much, but he is convinced it changed the overall tonality of the guitar by doing so. And I told Eddie, I said, that's not how Edward wanted this guitar to begin with, so, well, it's not how Edward wound up shaping the tone from this guitar, so I would advise putting it back to original. So I got him an EVH low friction pot. I'm going to do a sound demo. I'm going to take my guitar, my Frankie, before we do this, and I'm going to do a sound test so everybody can hear it. Then I'm going to plug in this guitar with the push-pull and do a little bit of a sound test so you can compare the two. And I think my guitar sounds browner, I think it sounds fatter. And then we will do a after installation sound test and see if they're identical or similar, if this improved his guitar. So hopefully this will prove successful, and hopefully Eddie will be happy with it. It won't take long to do this installation, so without further ado, let's demo my Frankie, then we'll demo this Frankie with a push-pull engaged and with it out. All right? Okay, we're back on the bench. As you could tell by that demo, Eddie's Frankie sounded terrible. I don't know if it came through on the audio demo just yet, but man, it was terrible. This thing sounds so thin. It's almost like this pickup's wired out of phase or something. He wants it back to original, so what I'm going to do is take these are the wires to the single coil, so we're just going to tape these down in here so they don't get in the way, and I'm going to just wire this humbucker directly onto the new EVH pot, this low friction pot, one of the easiest soldering jobs you can do. So I'm gonna unsolder this real quick, and then through the power of editing show you the soldered new pot on it, and then we'll put it back together and do another test. So this is gonna sound a whole lot better. Can't believe how bad that sounded. I would not recommend this alteration on your Frankie. I just wouldn't do it. All right, just a few minutes later, got this thing soldered to the humbucker. Real easy. The red wire is the hot wire, which goes to that lug there. And we've got the input jack going to the middle lug, and the ground from the input jack to the top of the pot. Got the ground from the claw coming out to the top of the pot, and looks great. So this should work just fine. Sound a whole lot better. So I can't wait to check it out. We'll get it back on the guitar, on the cover here, get it screwed back on, and run some sound. Okay, so after that little experiment, I think we figured out that the wiring was definitely wrong on this guitar. I would not recommend putting a push-pull pot and engaging this pickup if that's the way that these guitars sound once you alter this setup. Maybe if you put a toggle switch on it and you could flip one to the other versus a whole different pot. I really like this low resistance EVH pot that's on here, but we've got this thing sounding like a Frankie should sound and back to the brown sound as it was intended. So hope you like this kind of content. If you do, please consider subscribing, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.